Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jules. Welcome to another weekly pivot point. I don't have a ton of updates because I honestly haven't been doing much. So as most of you know, my mom passed away last week. Her visitation is tonight. But yeah, my brain has kind of been all over the place. So I'm gonna recap the past week as best I can. Like I said, I haven't really been doing much. I don't remember what I did last Thursday. I have been doing a lot of just watching TV or playing Disney Dreamlight because that actually does distract me from my thoughts. So Halloween's my favorite holiday, but this year it was just, the week just wasn't vibing for me. But we didn't do anything. We ended up staying home. We watched 2 of the Halloween movies and we were planning on passing out candy, but we only got 1 trick-or-treater, y'all. One trick-or-treater all night. Like, our neighborhood is just, it sucks for Halloween. So that was Friday night. And then Saturday I went shopping. I needed to go find a box to put photos in for the table at my mom's service. So I went to Hobby Lobby. They had their Christmas music playing already. So it was just like very calm instrumental Christmas music. And then I got kind of emotional because me and my mom used to like to go to Hobby Lobby and just like browse. We literally could be there forever just browsing because there's so much stuff. And then just also the reminder that she's not going to be here this Christmas. So I actually bolted out of there as quick as possible because I was getting emotional. And then I went to TJ Maxx to look for some black pants and also was getting emotional. I saw a family of like a grandma and her daughter and then her granddaughter. So it was like 3 generations shopping together, which used to be my family. Like my mom and me and my sister and Haley were always shopping. At least until Haley got to be like a teenager and then she like really didn't want to do it. She doesn't like shopping. My daughter does not like shopping that much. And I saw just a lot of like mother and daughters out shopping, and I saw this one lady with her elderly mother, and she was obviously, you know, helping her shop, and like it was emotional, y'all. And then I went to Kohl's. I actually found pants at Kohl's, and I was going straight to the checkout counter because I didn't need anything else. And I was walking past the jewelry and I glanced to my right and I just saw these purple butterfly earrings. Like they literally were just jumping out at me. And so I went to look at them and I was like, my mom sent me these. So I told my mom when I went to say my final goodbyes to her, I whispered in her ear and I said, send me some butterflies, because my mom loves butterflies. So the fact that they were butterflies and they were purple, I was just like, I was emotional. I bought them. I'm going to wear them tonight. So I thought I would show you guys my purple earrings that I got. They're so pretty. I love them. They're going to match my shirt perfectly. I had already purchased my shirt that I was going to wear. And so I got these. I was like, I don't even care if these match, but they do. They match perfectly. But yeah, so I know she sent me these, you know, so I went out to my car and had a little cry. And then I ended up going to Walmart to do some shopping. And I saw a little girl like run up to her grandma and she called her Gigi. And that was my mom's name for Girl Scouts. That's not what Haley called her, but that's what all the Girl Scouts called my mom, because my mom always helped us with my teen troops and she helped at day camp, and she was Gigi. So I was emotional. And then I also thought I saw a lady from the back that looked like my mom. Saturday was rough, y'all. It was rough. I was shopping by myself, but I know she was with me. If you can hear my dog whining, Haley went out with the other dog, so he's very upset. But yeah, I know she was with me, but it was still just a very emotional day. And then Sunday I went and took advantage of the Bath and Body Works candle sale. So Haley and her boyfriend met me up there, and I bought like 5 candles, Christmas scented candles. And then I did start reading on Sunday. I finally decided to pick up a book. Y'all, I picked this up. And I told y'all it might take me all month to read this book. This is all I have left. I'm already over 60% through. I'm on page 555 and there's 850 pages. So I only have 300 pages left of this. So I'm planning on finishing this in the next couple days, hopefully. So this may be my only book I read this week, but that's like literally 3 books worth, honestly. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And I'm glad that it's keeping me interested, and yeah, I'm back to reading. I am listening to the audio of it too, but like this past weekend, I'm not one, like I said, I always have an audiobook on when I'm shopping, driving, doing chores. Like I haven't even been listening to any audiobooks. I've tried, but I wasn't feeling it. But this one's keeping me intrigued. And then yeah, last night I was working on my puzzle. I started a new puzzle. I'm doing the 90s one. Actually, I started that puzzle the day I found out my mom died. I had started working the edges that night when we were watching the Chiefs game, and I was working my puzzle while the game was on, and then found out she died. And I hadn't worked it again. I hadn't touched it in almost a week, and I started working it again on Monday. And so I was listening. My husband must ask me something and I didn't reply, and he's like, "Are you listening to your audiobooks again?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Oh, that's good." So he was happy to see that I'm, was back to that, because like I was literally just driving in silence or doing things in silence, because not that it wasn't silent in my head, but like no background noise, because I had so much going on in my brain. But yeah, so I'm finding my way back and I'm dealing with it. If y'all hear breathing, he's breathing so loud. My dog's breathing so loud. He gets in a deep sleep. I wish I could get in a deep sleep, but yeah. So I'm crying less, but I still think of her often. So, and I know it'll take time, and I know there'll be days that I will just be sad about it, and that's okay. Last night I had the worst headache. It started in the morning and it just progressively got worse. And by evening time, I was sitting in my chair with an ice pack on the front of my head. It was bad. And it's still slightly lingering, not super bad enough to where it's like really, bothering me. But like I can tell it's still kind of there. It's like, hi, we're still hanging out. So when I tell y'all I have not felt good for 3 weeks, I have not felt good for 3 weeks. I was sick, then my mom died, and then I was sad, and then I still feel like I was not recovered from being sick, and like my body was mad. And then like I finally am able to breathe normal, but then I got a headache yesterday. And I've been dealing with that. So I'm like, I just want to feel good, y'all. I just want to feel good. But yeah, so I am ready for this evening. I've been going through a ton of pictures. I have the pictures ready hang on, I'll show you guys. So this is the box that I got that we're going to sit out on the table, and it just has like a ton of like photos in it or whatever. I got to pull some other stuff out. So it's got just a lot of like pictures that people can like look through of her. And then I did find this picture. This is actually, oh, hang on. I forgot I put stuff in there. So we're actually going to set this up on the table too. This was my mom's graduation picture. And it's still in like the little book and stuff. So I'm going to put that out. And then I found her Girl Scout card when she was a little girl, and she had this like little brownie handkerchief, and then it's a little newspaper clipping of her troop, and which one is she? She's right up here in this corner. So I'm gonna have that set out too. I just thought it was kind of nice and kind of fun to have that. And then I bought some Alzheimer's awareness ribbons. So I bought a little tray, and we're gonna put a tray of these ribbons out for people to take one if they would like. And then I found this photo, and it is of my grandparents, my brother, and my mom. And I was like, that is crazy that I found a picture with just the 4 of them, and they are all reunited in heaven. So this is their picture. There's my grandma and grandpa and my brother and my mom. This is probably early 2000s. Yeah, it's very old, but it's all of them. So they're all together in heaven. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this and put this out on the table as well. And then I made my mother this, it's a Alzheimer's like little remembrance poem that I made. It has her information here. So I'm gonna put that on the table too. My mother was not big on having her picture taken, so I do not have a good picture of her to put out. That's kind of why we're just kind of going with, you know, the graduation picture and then all the photos that people can look through and stuff. I just don't have a good, you know, picture of her when she was like before her Alzheimer's decline. She just never really took pictures. She loved taking pictures of me, her kids, her granddaughter, like, but she like hardly ever took pictures of herself. I did find a good enough picture for her obituary, but like I just couldn't find any good ones that I really loved. So anyway, so I am all ready with that. And I did want to show you guys, I don't know when I did this, but I can't remember. I feel like I had showed you guys when we went to the pumpkin patch. I had showed you this one. I did a creature feature for Gwen's Patreon, the readathon that we did. I don't know if I showed you guys this or not, but y'all look. This bitch fell out. It tore out. So I am planning on, I was just about to be done with the year. I was like, I'm done because I can't use it anymore because the pages are just ripping out. But then I was like, I do still want to finish some stuff for this year. So I think since this one ripped out, I think I'm going to rip all of these out of this spiral bound notebook. So if you're going to use a spiral bound notebook for scrapbooking, do not get ones that have perforated pages, because eventually the bigger it gets, they're going to rip. So I think I'm going to take them all out and I'm going to put the pages in just like sleeves, you know, like plastic protectors that will, and I'll put them in like a 3-ring binder. So I think that's my plan, which does suck because like I have stickers on the outside of this. It is what it is. And I had decorated the inside of this, which I can't, this is actually on the cover with this, so I won't be able to put this in it, but I will at least have this for the first page, so that's fine. But yeah, I was a little bummed by this, but like I said, I got a different scrapbook for next year, so I won't have to worry about this sucker anymore. I did want to share some things that some of my lovely friends got me. My friend Corinna got me this little angel, and it says, "Those we love don't go away. They walk beside us every day." So it's so sweet. So I put this on my bookshelf. She also got me a little care package thing that had like a bath bomb and some socks and a candle. Yeah, so that was very sweet of her. And then Wendy also got me a like a self-care box, and it had this blanket and it had a candle and some bath salts, which I used the other night. And it also had some socks in it. Is that, oh, and like a milk bar soap thing, so that was nice. And then my friend Tammy got me this lovely wind chime. It's really pretty. It has a little hummingbird. I like the sound of it. And then she also got me this little knitted or crocheted, I don't know which one it is, but it's like, it says no words, just hugs. And I love that it is purple, and if you look, there's butterflies. Which I have been finding other butterflies besides the butterfly earrings. I was looking for something in a box the other day. I was looking to see if I had a silver watch band, and I went into this box that I have not looked in like forever, and I opened it, and inside of it was like a little butterfly charm. And then I went on to Amazon to look to see it because I was thinking about ordering a watch band. So when I did a search on Amazon, first one at the very top had like a butterfly on the image of the watch. So yeah, so she's sending me butterflies. Haley had mentioned to my husband, she's like, "Oh, I haven't gotten anything yet," meaning like any signs from my mom yet. And then literally she left to go to school, and she came back in the house. She just walked out, and then she came back in and she goes, "Mom, is this butterfly clip yours?" And I was like, no, she found a butterfly clip in the door of her car, and it's neither of ours, so we don't know where it came from, but we know it came from my mom. And then this morning I pulled out a box of, I had a box of photos up in my closet that I didn't think had any of my mom, but I just wanted to double check. And there was this picture frame. There was something wrapped in paper, and I opened it, and it was an old like feather. Let me show it to you. Hang on. Okay. So it was sitting in the box just like this. And I opened it. And I don't know whose it is. I'm sure it came from maybe like my grandma, maybe. I don't know. But it's made out of feathers. And if you notice, there's a butterfly. Yeah, it's very old school, very cool. I don't know, like I said, I don't know whose it was. So when I see stuff like that, it just, it makes my heart happy because I know that she's with me and let me know that she's okay. And she's restored and happy. And I love that. I'm not gonna cry, y'all, because I have my makeup done, so I'm not gonna cry because I'm gonna do enough crying tonight. I also received these wind chimes from my friend Jessie that I love. They're loud. They're gonna go outside. But it's got the Tree of Life. I'm sure that was really loud for you. I'm gonna hold them so they don't make noise, but it's got the Tree of Life and it is solar light, so this part will light up. But anyway, so I love that. So thank you to my friends who have sent me stuff. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you to everybody else who has shown me any kind of love, been praying for me, commented on my videos. I feel your love. I appreciate every single one of you. It means the world to me that y'all care that much about me to even make a comment. So I've seen them all. I've tried to reply to all of them. I appreciate y'all so very much. I was treading water for a week, y'all, and I'm starting to float now, okay? I'm starting to feel better. My heart is not as heavy, but I think it's gonna be a good evening for friends and family to just come together, and I'm sure there's gonna be stories and cries and love and hugs and all the things, but I think it'll be a good remembrance for her. So that's it for my updates, you guys. Let me know how you've been, what you've been up to, how you're feeling. Do you need me to pray over anything for you? Make sure to like this video, subscribe if you are not already, and until my next video, friends, be yourself, be awesome, be kind. Bye.